Hey, Legend Lost Sector, Concealed Void, Curious to the Falling Star. Let's get it. Fast.
Yep.
Legend Lost Sector, you can see right here. Bow, Wobbin.
What I wouldn't give to fight again beyond the walls. I would tear out a Vex heart with my teeth. I would sear the Cabal with my burning light, challenge the fallen Kells to personal combat and scatter them. I've been watching too many Crucible matches.
Yes, sir, Bob. Yes, sir, Bob. Oh, missed that. Don't worry about it. Just gonna hit this guy off with
Bing, bong.
There you go.
I miss you.
That 1-2 punch shotgun allows you to one-shot any damn champion with ease, bro. I'm gonna die right here real quick. So we put this up. If you don't have our charged melee, we're gonna use the Monte Carlo to proc Markov chain and get our melee back. You see it? Let's deal with these shanks, because these shanks are actually a problem. When you throw something at them, the damn thing falls into the dirt, so it doesn't really matter. You can't get your melee back anyway, so might as well just shoot them. I'm gonna super this guy right here. We have Roaring Flames ×3. Now Roaring Flames ×3 allows you to do mad damage. Look at that. I'm trash. There you go. Get this guy. Boom. Bing bong. Bing bong. See these dogs in your front yard? Just throw them upstairs. Going hard. Bing bong. Right here we got explosive shanks coming out. Make sure you get rid of them first, and there's a sniper out there as well. I'm gonna die here. Nope, I'm goated. I'm goated. Wow, this build is very... Look, I have resist ×4 because of protective light. That is very powerful in this. What are you doing, bro? Stop running. Fucking guy, man. I'm stuck. Bro, this build is very, 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 very solid. You can take this into master content, but you would not be able to proc WORMGOD easy in master content. I'm gonna be honest with it, bro. You're gonna have to get hit with these hammers. You're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with it. This build is nuts. Look at this shit, dude. And collect loot. That simple. We're gonna do another run, but I'm gonna break the build down for you guys right now. Put a timestamp for build. This is what we're rocking right here. We have Monte Carlo on here with the exotic perk Monte Carlo method. Dealing damage with this weapon reduces your melee cooldown and grants a chance to fully recharge your melee ability each kill. Now, the higher the stacks, the higher the chance of you getting your fully cooldown melee. Markov's chain. This weapon gains increased damage for melee kills and kills with this weapon. Melee kills grant ammo for this weapon. So it's just a melee weapon. I don't understand why we can't use that bayonet on the front. Y'all got to do something about that. Anyway, don't necessarily need this, but this is very, very, very important for the build if you want to maximize your burst damage. So we have a 1-2 punch shotgun. I'm pretty sure you can only get it on like 3 shotguns in the game. The Blasphemer is one of them. I might be wrong. Sudden Death as well. Found Verdict. There might be another one. Can't remember off the top of my head. This one has 1-2 punch, auto loading holster. Okay, those are the required weapons. Now let's go over to the required armor. So for the armor right here, I have hands-on and melee wellmaker for a solar energy helmet. Melee Wellmaker is very important. So we go down here to our arms, the Synthoceps, their void energy, and we have protective light on here, thermoclassic blooming, anti-barrier auto rifle, any other champion mod you need. Now this, you don't need overload because your melee does overload. Now I'll get to that in a second. We go to our chest piece. It's a solar chest piece, and we have well of life on here and any choice of other mods that you want, reserve mod, damage mods, anything you want. We go to our legs. It's also solar. This one doesn't have to be solar because we have elemental charge in here. This is a universal elemental well mod. I have 2 recuperation. When we pick up an orb, we get health. So this is important because we have thermoclassic blooming, which defeating a combatant with solar or stasis melee creates an orb power. Every time we melee somebody, we get an orb. You guys were seeing that in the gameplay. And when we pick it up, we regenerate. Now the well of light regenerates us unstoppable health as well. So when we get damage, it's still boosting up. You know, when you regen, if you take damage, it stops. No, it doesn't. It keeps going. So with our protective light as well, that gives us a max of 4 times resistance against damage and constant health regen. So you can see how this kind of snowballs. Now on my mark, I have a void energy class item with withering heat, thermoclassic strike, and firing ice. So when we defeat a champion, we get a random array of stasis and solar elemental wells. Thermoclassic strike allows us to stun overload champions with our melee ability, our charge melee ability, and withering heat weakens them every time we hit them with the solar ability. We're one-shotting Jam. I'm gonna get into some things that you could change. So we could put the WORMGOD Caress on here, assuming that we have the same energy, which in this case we don't. I will just have to move around a few different items and stuff. It's nothing crazy, but it's the same mods at the end of the day. So we have Elemental Charge of this one. We'll put Protective Light. You can work with WORMGOD Caress. Now, one bad thing about this is it has a 4-second cooldown for its exotic perk. Melee kills increase melee damage for a short period of time. Additional kills extend duration and increase in effects. Now this sounds really good, and it is really good. It's 600. I'm pretty sure it's 600 times damage boost. That's busted, one-shotting almost anything in the game. But the problem lies in which you have to kill 5 enemies in quick succession in order to proc this to its max ability. This is not easy in endgame content. You're just not doing it. It's actually something you should probably, you can only use it in certain situations. Like even strikes you can't really use it on because there's not 5 enemies next to the boss 24/7. That's why we use SYNTHOCE. It allows us to get the buff when we're surrounded, and it increases our melee lunge range as well. So you don't have to proc anything before you actually start to get the exotic perks to do anything. We could also rock Severance Enclosure. Now it sounds weird, but this is not too bad in really low level content. When we use a charge melee ability, it does a weakening explosion around them, and it essentially kills every ad around them. And if it doesn't, it weakens the shit out. Pretty bad in endgame content. Last thing we could also do, we could use Heart of Inmost Light. This one as well isn't too bad. So when we use one ability, the next one gets boosted. So when we're meleeing, we're throwing a hammer, next hammer boosted. Recommend using for anybody who doesn't really want to go knuckle deep into the action like I am in this gameplay. I have a Discord, link in the description box below. I also go live on weekends if you guys want to hop in. We play all kinds of games. We don't just play Destiny over there. We play Battlefield, Halo Infinite, indie horror games. We were playing Crab Game yesterday. So if you guys want to check that out, catch me on the weekend. I'm actually going live later today if you guys see this. So anyway, I'm Kage. I really love you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. We out. Peace.